Welcome back. You are tuned into Community Roundup with me, Aditi. Timeline Theatre presented a play titled Disappearing Number, inspired by the life and work of revered Indian mathematician Srinivas Ramanujan. The play, written by English actor-playwright Simon Burney, is a recount of the professional relationship between Ramanujan and the Cambridge University lecturer G.H. Hardy. TV Asia took some time to talk with the cast of this play in Chicago. A Disappearing Number, the winner of the 2007 Critics Circle Theatre, Evening Standard, and Laurence Olivier Awards for the Best New Play, was originally conceived and directed by Simon McBurney. The play is a love letter to numbers, blending the beauty of everyday relationships with the mysticism of the cosmos. The play is based on the true story of Srinivas Ramanujan, a self-taught mathematician in rural India who in 1913 sent a letter to famed mathematician G.H. Hardy filled with astonishing mathematical theorems. The cast of the show took time to talk with the TV Asia team to share their thoughts about the play and the characters they portrayed on stage.
The Man of New Infinity is an excellent book, especially describing the different cultural differences between Hardy, who was a passionate atheist, and Ramanujan, who was deeply, deeply religious, and the fact that they didn't understand that aspect of one another, and it led to many conflicts that were unspoken, and he really didn't know until much later in life that he was willing to admit that they had missed opportunities because they didn't share things beyond that work connection.
Well, it's actually a really personal role for me because my middle name is Ramanujan. And so, when I got the audition in the first place, it was very much of especially with what the script is, with being connected through love and math, and with every single facet in between that, it really did feel kind of fatalistic in a way, which is how they actually ended up describing Ramanujan in the play. And during that time in India, it was, a bit true that, he was very religious, and that, he followed his heart, and he followed the math, which so I did the same thing, I guess. I followed the math, and it led me to this play. Actually, funny enough, my parents went to Chennai during my rehearsal process for the show. So my dad got back yesterday, my mother got back 4 days ago. So it was a very strange kind of thing because my dad grew up there, and then, getting cast as Ramanujan, and just how... It's funny how the show is very much about the interconnectivity of everything.
G.H. Hardy is a really unique individual. He just happened to be kind of at the right place and time in history. Had he not opened the mail one day and seen this letter from India from Ramanujan, his life would have been monumentally different. He considered it not only the most romantic experience, not necessarily in a relationship way, but mostly in a fulfillment of life, fiery exploration of emotion. And he found in someone a bit of genius. He felt like it was like discovering Bach before anyone else had.
And I guess the role of Al, in some ways, is he's an outsider in a sense. He isn't in on all the math and all the things that everybody else
and
knows.
Has to live with a person who's just living math.
Exactly. And I think that he sees that as a distancing phenomenon for him and his wife. You know what I mean? Until I think that he realizes in the end how much a part of it he is. You know what I mean?
The Bengali Foundation of Georgia celebrates